Hey there, all you beautiful Broadway babies! Welcome back to Broadway by Ghostlight. I'm Mark Bonanni, and this is episode 63 of Broadway Jeopardy. If you love Broadway history, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss an episode of Jeopardy or any of the other Broadway history videos I've got. And a quick reminder, this week is our second of 3 short games planned while I'm on vacation. But there's 26 clues ready to test your musical-loving minds, so let's get right into this week's game. This is Broadway Jeopardy! Looking at the categories for this week, we start off as always with last week's Final Jeopardy category, which is It Started Off-Broadway, looking at some musicals that opened off-Broadway before later transferring to Broadway proper. That's followed by Senior Citizens Day. Today is National Senior Citizens Day in the US, so we're going to look at some shows with some older folks in them. Then we have I Need Money, dealing with some instances of characters trying to drum up some dough. After that, we have Waterlogged. This is a visual category where I'll show you some show art that looks like it's been printed on water, distorting the image. It'll make more sense when you see it, I promise. And then you have to name the show. And last but not least, we have synonym titles, a returning recent category most of you seem to enjoy. Here, I'll give you a title of a show using synonyms and you name the show. And I did hear you guys in the comments last time. I will be giving you a couple more seconds for this category to come up with the answer. And we end with the Final Jeopardy round, so keep track of your scores if you wish, so you can wager some or all of your invisible earnings on that final clue. We start off, of course, with the $200 round, or the overture round as I call it, but keep in mind, as the clue amounts increase, so does the difficulty level. Let's get started in the It Started Off-Broadway category with your first $200 clue. This teen-led musical, with songs like My Junk, Mama Who Bore Me, and Don't Do Sadness, started off-Broadway at the Atlantic Theater Company. What is Spring Awakening? Moving on to the Senior Citizens Day category, your next $200 clue is a daily double. Answer part 1, you get the $200. Answer the slightly harder part 2, and you double your money. Okay, your daily double clue is in Mary Poppins, a little old lady on the steps of St. Paul's Cathedral asks passersby to do this. For double points, this is how much it costs to do it. What is Feed the Birds is the right response to part 1, and what is Tuppence is the right response for part 2.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag.
Over in the I Need Money category, the $200 clue there is in Oklahoma, cowboy Will Parker needs $50 to be able to marry this generous young lady. Who is Ado Annie? Your first visual clue in the Waterlogged category for $200 is what is La Cage aux Folles? And finishing up the overture round in the synonym titles category, your last $200 clue is Drapery. What is Curtains? I hope you all crushed that first round. Let's move on to the only slightly harder $400 round now. Circling back to It Started Off-Broadway, your first $400 clue is this groundbreaking musical from Lin-Manuel Miranda first opened off-Broadway in 2007 at the 37 Arts Theater. What is In the Heights? Hamilton would also start off-Broadway, though at the Public Theater. The $400 clue in the Senior Citizens Day category is an elderly Raoul bids on a music box with this animal on it in the opening scene of The Phantom of the Opera. What is a monkey? Over in the I Need Money category, the $400 clue there is in this raunchy musical, while raising money for the first school for monsters, the cast reminds us that when you help others, you can't help helping yourself. What is Avenue Q? Soaking in the waterlogged category gives us the $400 visual clue. What is Come From Away? And your final $400 clue in the synonyms title category is Filthy Decaying Rascals. What is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? Going right into this $600 round now, we head back to the It Started Off-Broadway category with the $600 clue. This Tony-winning musical from Lisa Cron and Janine Tesori first opened at the Public Theater in 2013. What is Fun Home? Okay, I said I wasn't going to talk much in between clues, but I have to tell you guys my Fun Home story. So I saw the show first in its off-Broadway run at the Public. Well, I saw most of the show. Spoiler alert for the musical, sorry. Towards the end of the show, the father character steps in front of a truck on purpose. A very dramatic scene, obviously. So that happens, and there's a blackout, and we're sitting there, and we hear a loud beeping and see flashing lights. Now and I'm assuming everyone else in the audience thought this was part of the show, like maybe hospital noises or an ambulance or something. But no, it was the theater's fire alarm. So literally right before the finale to the whole musical, we were ushered outside. This was December, so it was 11 degrees out. We waited there for maybe 30 minutes in the freezing cold, and we were finally told that we were not going to be let back in, and that was the end of our performance. And I had to wait a couple of years until I saw it on Broadway to finally see the finale, which really does wrap up the musical quite nicely and is pretty necessary to the whole show, I think. I did speak with some cast members later on, and they all remembered that night vividly, and they said they even begged the theater to let them finish the show or even perform it for us outside in the cold, but they were not allowed to. Oh well, anyway, back to the game. Next up in the Senior Citizens Day category, the $600 clue there is, in this hit musical, we enter Little Old Lady Land with its occupants having nicknames like Hold Me, Touch Me, and Kiss Me, Feel Me. What is The Producers? The $600 clue in the I Need Money category is, in Gypsy, Rose tries to get this amount of money out of her father. What is 88 bucks? If you listen to the original cast recording, it's actually a young Stephen Sondheim himself who delivers the father's line in the song Some People.
That's what he said, Papa. Only 88 bucks, Papa.
You ain't getting 88 cents from me, Rose.
Your next visual clue with the waterlogged category for $600 is, what is The Light in the Piazza, with the wonderful James McMullen providing that art. Your next chance to decipher a synonym title for $600 is Possible Glad Finish. What is Maybe Happy Ending? It's time to turn the difficulty level up another notch or two with the $800 round now. But before we do, if you're enjoying this week's game, please take this second and hit that little like button for me. It really helps with that almighty YouTube algorithm and getting these videos shown to more fine folks like yourselves, but also makes me feel like I just got 88 bucks out of the old man. Thanks everyone, I truly do appreciate it. Okay, keep calm and trivia on. Back again with the It Started Off-Broadway category, the $800 clue there is, this musical, whose title is taken from its music genre, opened off-Broadway in 2017 before a short Broadway run in 2022. What is K-pop? Your next $800 clue in the Senior Citizens Day category is, the elderly Isidore and Ida Strauss affirmed their love in the song Still Before Disaster in this 1997 Tony-winning musical. What is Titanic? And yes, the haunting image of the old couple on the bed as water rushes in the movie Titanic is also a nod to Isidore and Ida Strauss as well.
I loved you then, and I love you still.
Demanding the $800 clue in the I Need Money category gives us the striking workers of the Sleep Tight Pajama Factory in the Pajama Game are demanding a raise of this amount from management. What is 7.5 cents? The $800 visual clue in the waterlogged category is what is Finding Neverland is the right response. And your final $800 clue in the synonym titles category is A Pretty Sound. What is a beautiful noise? We've reached that point, my friends. The big show, the main event. It's the $1,000 round. Give me that dramatic music. Good luck, players. Transferring one last time to the It Started Off-Broadway category, your first $1,000 clue is this Greek myth-based musical first opened off-Broadway in 2011 at the Gym on Hudson, appropriately. What is Lysistrata Jones, which has many scenes set on a basketball court? The $1,000 clue in the Senior Citizens Day category is, according to the elderly Madame Armfelt in A Little Night Music, what was once a sumptuous feast is now not even figs, but these. What are raisins?
What once was a sumptuous feast is figs. No, not even. Figs. Raisins. Ah, liaisons.
Let's let it all go with the I Need Money category with the $1,000 clue. A group of men decide to do the full Monty to raise money when they're laid off from this industrial workplace. What is a steel mill? The final visual clue in the waterlogged category for $1,000 is what is Footloose? And the curtain call clue in the synonyms title category is Deity Incantation. What is Godspell? I realize Godspell isn't 2 words, but... And now we've reached the final Jeopardy round, everyone. Time to tally up those scores and decide how much you want to wager in the category Broadway World Records. Here we'll be checking out some actual Guinness World Records that have to do with Broadway. Okay, has everyone made their wagers? Jeff? Rora? Jay? Okay, here is your final clue. This legendary rock singer and songwriter holds the record for the highest grossing solo show on Broadway, which initially played the Walter Kerr Theater in 2017. Who is Bruce Springsteen? Bruce Springsteen on Broadway grossed over $113 million in only 236 performances, and the top ticket price was over $500. It's no wonder he brought the show back to Broadway in 2021. And that's this week's game. How did you all make out this week? Were you on a synonym roll, or do you still need money? Be sure to let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys and seeing your scores. As always, my true blue heroes are the wonderful patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to all of you for your incredible and generous support. If you want to help support the channel as well, check out my Patreon page using the link in the video description. Remember to share these videos with any theater fans you know. You can find me outside of YouTube on Instagram or Blue Sky, or email me directly. I will be back next week with episode 64, holy moly, the third of our planned short games. But until then, I'm Mark Benani, this is Broadway by Ghostlight, thanks for playing.